Hello, this is another episode of Pride, and this time we are going to the French capital together with the professionals of the Kazakhstan's film industry to present its products to the spoiled European public and attend the film festival, which was organized at the Lincoln Street right on the Champs-Élysées. An unprecedented event that took place at the very heart of Paris at the end of September 2019. The first festival of Kazakh cinema in France have gathered stars and newcomers of country's film industry, French filmmakers, and allowed to expand the geographical boundaries of the Kazakhstan's film production in the world. The interest of viewers and pros from European cinema confirms that this idea turned out to be great everywhere. Kazakhstan has more opportunities than others, and Kazakhstan can unite many countries of Central Asia. The festival is amazing. I think it's very important to organize such events with the participation of France and Kazakhstan. And this is very interesting because in France we cannot imagine how rich Kazakh cinema can be. The idea of holding such an event did not come to its founder and president Andrei Ivanov overnight. The project was carefully prepared and eventually developed. I have been working at the Cannes Film Festival for many years. And on that famous evening, when Somalia Slyamova became the first actress in the whole post-Soviet space to receive a Golden Palm branch for Best Actress at the Cannes Film Festival, I thought that maybe it was time for French people to discover our films. France is like my second home. I want to show it unexplored world of cinema, which is rich, which is beautiful, which is interesting, but which is still known so little, and I decided to start the tradition with the Aika movie. Andrei Ivanov himself has been working for several years in the organizing committee of the Cannes Film Festival and knows everything that goes on behind the scenes. Nevertheless, it is a real big deal to lead and implement such a daring idea. Yelena Surina became his partner at the festival in the period of its organization.
Надо сказать, что может быть, было довольно непросто, но в то же время, благодаря помощи многочисленных друзей из мира кино.
I must say that it could be rather difficult, but at the same time, with the help of many friends from the world of cinema, who are brilliant, great professionals and also like-minded people, we still managed to put together this idea of the first festival in the history of diplomatic relations between Kazakhstan and France in the city of Paris. Here, for the first time in the history of world cinema, the famous French brothers Lumière held the first public screening of their movie. And it was important for us to put together this first festival to begin the tradition of the Kazakh Film Festival here. What films did the French audience watch here? 11 films in various genres were selected for the first such event. They were about history and modern relationships, feature films and documentaries, and even a cartoon. The films were made by the great professionals of the film industry of Kazakhstan, whom I admire since I was a child. First of all, this is of course Yermak Tursunov with his new film Guardian of the Light. For me, this movie is especially important. It is a wonderful dedication in general to all cinematographers of the world. I think you know this story already. Yermek Tursunov, who could not come to Paris, still presented here his film Shirakshi. The plot focuses on a soldier who returned home from the war with a very unusual trophy for those times. He brought a movie projector, which he got after difficult and strange circumstances from an old German man whose life the soldier has saved. From now on, the film projector becomes an important thing in the life of the Guardian and an interesting discovery for his countrymen.
Потом Сергей Дворцевой.
Also, Sergei Dvortsevoy, who has made two feature films.
Первый о Казахстане.
The first one is about Kazakhstan, and this is my favorite film in general, the film that I rewatched many times. It is called Tulip.
И для меня этот фильм очень дорог.
This film is very dear to my heart because I have traveled many times across the steppes of Kazakhstan,
И Казахстана, и я видел жизнь.
and I have seen the life of this rural area, and for me it is a documentary, almost documentary,
Настоящий, документальный, реальный,
a realistic feature film that tells exactly the story about our life.
который рассказывает именно историю, с которой делается сегодня о нашей жизни.
Here at the festival, Sergei Dvortsevoy and Somalia Sliamova have presented Aika, the same film that amazed the Cannes Festival in 2018. And Samal became the best actress according to the jury, thereby making the whole world take a closer look at Kazakh cinema in our region. This time Samal was also in the spotlight because she had the role of the ambassador of the festival. Well, of course, for me it is very pleasant, as for an actress, as a citizen of Kazakhstan, that such a festival has been launched. That is the first festival of Kazakhstan cinema in Paris. It is a very big event. Of course, I'm very grateful to become its so-called ambassador. How has your life changed since you received the Palme d'Or at Cannes? My life has changed because everyone began to recognize me, and of course I started getting more offers, yes. What are you dreaming of as an actress? Maybe there's some kind of role you really wanted to play. People often ask me if there's any role that I would like to play. Of course, I would like to play the main roles. I'm kidding. Once during the time of auditions for Tulip, I was asked this question, and the answer was the main roles. But now I would say that if the script and the role are interesting, then I don't care whether the role is main or supporting. The main thing for me is to have a good role, so I will play it with pleasure. Success did not seem to turn Samal's head. This nice girl is always glad to communicate with people from Kazakhstan, and no matter how many countries she has traveled around, she remains a Kazakh. Of course, my heart is in Kazakhstan at home with my parents, and they live in Kazakhstan. I really love Russia and other countries, but first is Kazakhstan. I'm part of Kazakhstan. The new film is no less significant from the point of view of the festival. I want to especially talk about the film called Ambre, which we included in the program in English and in French. We also decided to leave the important name of the film, which is Paris Song. This is a very important film for our festival because all the action takes place in Paris, and our first film festival is also taking place in Paris. And Ambre was the first Kazakh singer, musician, who has presented the Kazakh culture at the World Exhibition in Paris at the beginning of the 20th century. It was important for me to show this film because, you know, at the François Mitterrand National Library in France has recordings of the performance of Ambre in Paris,
Хранятся записи, архивные записи.
and these are the only records in general that have been preserved till this day. You can say that the archival documents and materials of our history are here in France.
Архивные вот эти дорогие документы, материалы наши.
Therefore, I decided to make a special emphasis on it at our festival and to make a special screening for this particular film.
Фильму.
We were really pleased to meet the leading actor of the film, Sanjar Mahdi, at the special screening.
Сегодня мы презентовали.
Today we have presented Ambre film in Paris for the first time. How do I feel? I'm still impressed because for me and for the whole team it was a huge dream for this film to be shown at Paris because it is about Paris, about Ambre, about his bright moment in life.
Самый яркий момент в жизни. И, к сожалению, покойный.
And unfortunately, deceased biographer of Ambre, Jarkin Shakarim, is not here and it would be an honor for me.
Об этом поводе для меня была честь, наверное, для меня огромная миссия была быть здесь. И я вошел.
By all means, I changed all my plans so I could come here to present our film. It is a great honor for me.
Это огромная честь.
Today, Sanjar is not just a famous actor in Kazakhstan, but a kind of brand ambassador of the country, our pride. While working in many countries of the world, participating in international projects, Sanjar promotes his country around the world through his art.
Я многих не сыграл, и каждый.
I haven't played many people. Ambre was one of the people who showed Kazakhstan to the world.
Мира от Казахстана, и который показал Казахстан, у него своя судьба, причем тяжелая.
He had his own destiny, and it was very difficult. All Kazakh intelligentsia was killed starting from 1923 to 1930-35,
Да? И для меня была бы честь.
and for me it would be an honor to play any of them.
То есть, как мы сейчас
That is, as we have just shown Ambre and his fate, I would love to show the whole world what those people went through.
Весь мир знает
The whole world knows the Holocaust, the whole world knows the Armenian genocide, but no one knows about the Kazakh genocide.
1,3 миллиона.
According to official data, 1.3 million Kazakhs were killed, and it seems to me that it is the time to talk about it.
Время, когда пора об этом сказать.
That is, you as the actor feel your mission to give more knowledge about this?
Я
I came into this profession with this thought, and I'm still here. Another film that we would love to highlight is The Road to Mother. It is not just a film, it can tell a lot about Kazakhstan and its people to the viewers.
Особо хотел бы поблагодарить и
I would especially like to thank and express my admiration for the film Road to Mother.
Для нас большая честь, что приезжает полная группа.
It is a great honor for us that a full group of actors comes to present this film, and I'm grateful to the producers, to the entire creative group producer for the production of such an amazing human film, which is a wonderful dedication to all the mothers of the world.
Прекрасным посвящением всем матерям мира. Этот фильм дорог.
This film is dear to all of us. I'm a man, but I just cried when I first saw him. It is very touching.
Я был очень тронут, и я знаю, что французам этот фильм будет понятен.
I know that the French people will understand this film without translation. We have prepared a great translation, but I know that this film will be understood by absolutely everyone in the whole world. And it is a great honor for us that this film will be representing the Kazakh film industry. The Franco-Kazakh work of director Nikita Yakubov, Alma John, or Love Apple, has sparked great interest among the festival's audience. Victoria was born in Central Asia, and she has made the second film in Kazakhstan. The first was a short film, Men in Kazhanet. The Alma John film, which was shot in Almaty, was first presented at the last Eurasia Film Festival and has since continued its triumphal festival participation. It received prestigious prizes in Rome, Williamsburg, Buenos Aires, and other cities. I'm very happy and proud and really appreciate the fact that I present my film at the Kazakh Film Festival today. It is a joint project. Kazakhstan raised me. I studied in France, worked in France, but once in Kazakhstan. At that time, my husband, Harvey Schneid, has been editing the film Ambre by Satsibaldi Narimbetov. And you know what? For 4 months I was in this room with 2 masters who edited the film, and Satsibaldi Narimbetov talked about Kazakhstan. I translated so that Harvey could understand at the same time. He was teaching me. He was pushing me. I was back to myself. And I already did 2 films in Kazakhstan. The first one was Men in Kazhanet, which took part in 5 festivals. I was happy to represent Kazakhstan, and the second film is Alma John. It took part in 3 festivals, no 4 festivals, and received 3 prizes, the main ones. I'm very proud and happy that I can get those prizes for Kazakhstan because this is the best mercy, the best rahmet. You see, this country has accepted me, like it accepts many people. After all, we are not all Kazakhs there, and it accepted me, and it somehow very quickly raised me and gave me soil so that I could plant my seeds there and grow a tree. The tree turns out to be Alma John. What can I do? I can say thank you. But when I get 3 prizes, 1 from New York and 2 from Rome, for me this is thanks to Kazakhstan. The main role in this film, which is full of characters and allegories, was played by Aziz Beyshan Aliyev, an actor originally from Kyrgyzstan who is known in Kazakhstan, Russia, and who took part in many international projects. I came with a film called Alma John, directed by Victoria Yakubova. The French side was represented by Harvey Schneid, the Kazakh side by Armand Assen. How should Kazakh films be introduced to the world? I think it doesn't matter if it works. And if it is shown in a single European country, which at the same time is the birthplace of cinema, and it works, then why not? It is clear that this is the first festival, and I really hope that there will be a second and third and fifth and 18th and so on. And in my opinion, it should grow. Not only representatives of the Kazakh diaspora came to the film. For example, during the screening of our film Alma John, the majority of the audience was French. I know that many of them are filmmakers. I was surprised that they know about this festival, since Paris is the cultural capital of the world, a huge metropolis. But anyways, people came in. The hall was full and people were really interested. The French actress Natasha Mashkevich played with Aziz in the film. And this is a coincidence. She's also from Central Asia. Firstly, as for an actress, it is a great pleasure. It's just a bliss when there are such roles where you can look for something. And then I really trust Vika. We already worked together in that role, talked a lot, thought a lot to make it happen. It was a whole process, even during filming, even being in this house. And when there's such a symbiosis with actors and directors, magic happens. This unusual film, the festival triumph of which continues even now, was noted by the French audience. Now you rarely can see such purity in a movie. That is, the landscapes are certainly magnificent, the cameraman's work is perfect, but what she wanted to tell us in this film is silence. It is very important for today's society. Silence can kill, but silence is also beyond. It is outside. This is all we see in this film. Because all this whole search for love between 2 people who do not see each other, do not speak with each other, who are afraid of each other. They're saved by the love of their ancestors. There are scenes of shamanism and they are absolutely beautiful. In fact, they discover their souls in a new way. They open their souls to love that can be respected and tolerated. I'm totally in love with this movie. Marie worked in our region and she always keeps the memory of that period. Like everyone who visits our country, Marie is delighted and wants to return again.
le festival, je suis ravie qu'il y ait un festival
I'm glad that the festival shows Kazakhstan's films. I was invited there to the festival 2 or 3 years ago. I don't remember when exactly.
Il y a 2 ou 3 ans, je ne me rappelle plus.
And I received a beautiful necklace as a gift, which I wear in memory of this.
En souvenir de ça, je suis ravie que enfin les films d'Asie
I'm glad that finally films of Central Asia are shown in France.
Kazakhstan a plus de moyens que d'autres, mais il peut réunir aussi beaucoup.
Kazakhstan has more opportunities than others. Kazakhstan can unite many Central Asian countries and teach people that anyone can make films. Everyone has the right to make films, just like the right to write a book and paint.
Tout le monde a le droit de faire des films, comme on a le droit d'écrire des livres, comme on a le droit de peindre, et c'est important de faire et de fabriquer ces rêves.
It is very important to dream and create this dream, because all of us can dream. In our society, dreams die. Therefore, our society is sick. It is a miracle when creative people make their dreams come true and show them to the world.
Et de les montrer, c'est magique.
When it comes to festival in Kazakhstan, the word magic sounds quite often. The world-famous director of editing and producer Harvey Schneid, who worked for Ambre, A City of Lost Children, Alien 4 and many others, came to Almaty a few years ago to collaborate with Satibaldi Naurumbetov, and since then his connection with our country continues. The festival is a miracle. I think it's very important to organize such events between France and Kazakhstan. Both France and Kazakhstan can get a lot from that joint cooperation. I think that the French public can discover this whole world. Life in Kazakhstan and life in France are different. In Kazakhstan it is more spiritual. It is about the openness of the steppes, the magical world of space, the wind, animals. Kazakhstan has its own poetry, which does not exist in France. Here it is different. When we get there, we are amazed with these things. Speaking of my experience in Kazakhstan, I have been there many times during the filming of Amanat. I met there with Satibaldi. I worked on his film for several months, and this was a great discovery for me. I got my preliminary impression of Kazakhstan from the movie of Yermak Shinarbayev called The Voice of the Steppes. I discovered it through pictures. I showed this movie in Paris, and it just blew me away. And when I went to screening of Satibaldi's film, I visited Bi Fatima, a shaman in Kazakhstan who said that many ancestors lived in Kazakhstan. I was not surprised that I'm connected with this country which I adore and returned many times after Amanat. There we did Vika's movie and other short films before that. I hope that I will return to Kazakhstan once again because I adore this country. Director Olivia de La Fuente speaks about his Kazakhstan experience with equal enthusiasm. His arrival a couple of years ago was associated with the casting for a movie with Pierre Richard. A lot of Kazakh actresses wanted to star in a melodrama with the participation of a movie star. Now the preparatory period is underway, and I hope that soon we will be able to see the result of that work. My name is Olivia de La Fuente. I have had the pleasure of being in Kazakhstan many times, because I'm preparing a film that I would like to make in the south of Kazakhstan with Pierre Richard. I knew absolutely nothing about this country, and I fell in love with Kazakhstan. For me, Kazakhstan is a magical place for many reasons. The people I met there, the landscapes, steppe, this is a mystical experience. Cities, Turkestan, Almaty, great people, as well as history. It is not a surprise that he is also impressed by what is happening and sees a big and bright road for Kazakh cinema in Europe and around the world. I am really impressed with this festival because this is the first time when the French public meets Kazakh cinema.
kazakh ou kazakhstanaise. Et c'est très
And it is great, since in France we cannot imagine how rich Kazakhstan's cinema can be.
Cette cinématographie peut être riche. C'est-à-dire que les plus grands studios de l'Union
One of the largest film studios during the Soviet Union after Mosfilm was in Kazakhstan.
était au Kazakhstan.
This means that Kazakhstan has cinema traditions, skills, excellent technical specialists,
Il y a des techniciens formidables.
and all this makes Kazakh cinema developed. There are also great actors and actresses.
Des actrices. Je suis particulièrement
I adore Kazakh women and appreciate the work of Kazakh actresses.
des actrices kazakhs qui sont extrêmement
They are very expressive, talented, and magnificent.
qui sont des grandes actrices. Et donc,
It would be great if they could become part of world cinema.
dans la cinématographie mondiale comme l'a fait celle qui a été
For example, the actress who won the Best Actress Award in Cannes this year.
actrice à Cannes,
And that could have happened much earlier.
arrivée bien avant.
We should definitely highlight another magnificent film that has aroused a new wave of interest for the Kazakh culture among the audience. The French are known for their curiosity, for the new and the unknown, for the peculiarities of life and history of other peoples. That is why the film Kazhanet was an undoubted success. Famous Rustem Abdrashev personally came to present the film. How would you describe your mood and what is your impression of the festival?
Ну, впечатления приятные.
I am pleased.
Очень много встретили земляков.
We met a lot of people from Kazakhstan, students, young girls and boys,
молодых ребят, девушек, мальчишек. Ну и диаспора.
well,
наша.
our diaspora.
Давно
We haven't seen some of them for a long time, some of them we just met. They came to this festival from all over Europe and they are very happy that there is an opportunity to see a movie from their historical homeland.
видеть кино с их исторической родины. И очень много иностранцев.
And a lot of foreigners who are just interested, they are interested in what is happening in our country, what kind of films are produced in our country.
И ну, это тот продукт,
And this is the product that people want to try.
пробовать. Это наш отечественный.
That's our domestic brand, Kazakh film. Kazakh cinema is recognizable and it is well known.
Оно на слуху. И люди, вот видите, вот столько.
You see so many people who come now to watch Ambre. Of course, it's nice to watch a film, to chat.
Это приятно.
What was the feedback? Were there any questions?
Ну, у многих просьба, чтобы...
Many ask about the distribution so that not only our compatriots can watch the film, but also people outside our country.
Чтобы это больше видели за пределами нашей страны. Вот сейчас мы... Вот,
Right now we have a bunch of offers from French Canal Plus, some other channels. We are also invited with the screenings to Luxembourg.
Тоже показы, прокат фильмов казахстанских. Так что интерес есть.
So there is interest. It is very nice that there is no indifference. The most important thing is that people have interest and desire. For example, they say that in Luxembourg, people are so intellectual. They are interested in intellectual cinema, historical cinema.
Люди в Европе давно уже устали от американского.
Europe has long been tired of American cinema, of this massive expansion and of the show industry, but they want to see another film with history, its roots, its traditions, its own cinema language. And the world is much more diverse and interesting.
Мир-то он намного разнообразнее, интереснее.
The list of the films presented at the festival also included the work of Dozhan Zholzhaksinov, Kunanbai, where he played the main role. A film called Personal Growth Training by Farhad Ibragimov. Short documentary directed by Dina Musa Kialibi. And Muzbalak animation movie. Now that awards have been handed over, congratulatory words have been said, and the cinema hall is empty, we can say that our festival was a success and must certainly continue. Actors and directors from Kazakhstan enter the big world, making us proud and show a culture to the planet. But what's the main thing? The main thing is that they always remain people from Kazakhstan. See you